good, everybody? My name is Landmark and welcome back to the channel. You heard the beat in the beginning, and that's what I'm going to be showcasing today. My process, how I came up with that. Picked up some new drums, Count Cold Drums Volume 5. Like, man, he just makes great sounds, and I always buy everything that he puts out. But I utilize all of his drums, and then I picked up some samples from Illmind, rotating those in and out, messing and manipulating those sounds. And then I'm going to be breaking down Baby Audio's plugins because I think they go overlooked, man. Like, they got a good product with all those plugins, so I'm going to show you how I use those in my process, and then at the end show you the final beat. This track will probably end up being somewhere online somewhere, probably most likely Spotify, but man, such a great start to a beat in my opinion. So but I want to show you my process, so without further ado, y'all know what it is. Let's get it. So normally I don't start with drums, but I just downloaded Count Cole's drum pack, and it made me want to create this like boom trap beat. So I have this break beat that I put in the beginning, because every boom trap song has a nice little break beat in the beginning. Here's a drum pattern. So here I'm using the time stretch function to shorten the length of that break right there, just to match it with the current tempo. Adding some loops. Here I use the gate function of under audio. This way I can control what section of that loop plays. Gotta have a siren and boom trap, boy. So what I want to do here is I'm using the towel filter to add some bounce to the siren in general, so it kind of moves along with the tempo. And obviously right here I'm kind of struggling with these points, but you'll hear what I do in a second, and towel filter is really good for this. Now I'm trying to find a sample, looking under Illmind's samples, and found this joint. Here I'm adding the towel filter again, except for I'm adding it now to the sample. Wanted to fill it out with some piano. Using outputs, analog, brass, and winds to find a strong lead horn. Basically just copying and pasting the horns to match the same notes as the piano. All right, so let's go over some of the Baby Audio plugins that I use for this track. So the first thing that I did was I added parallel aggressor to the drums. So basically what this does is it splits, since I put it on a group inside of a machine, the group is all of the drums. So what it does is it splits the audio into 3 different components: a dry, a saturated, and a compressed. A 3 split type of sound going through this plugin, and it allows you to control each one of those elements here through these sliders. So I'm going to play these drums by itself without the plugin, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like, and then I'll play it with the plugin so that you can hear the difference between the two. Let me turn it off. I'm gonna turn it on. So that's kind of exaggerated. I turned up the compression level just so you could hear the difference. And they have a bunch of different presets. So depending on the track or whatever you're using it on top of, it can adjust the sound to whatever sound that you have coming through. So this number one preset says just put it on your drum bus. Like, all right, bet. Like, I'm gonna do that. So it kind of compresses the drums and it gives it this unique little sound. So that's what I use first. So the next thing that I use is this plugin called Comeback Kid. It's a delay plugin, and I used it just on this one brass section that's the part of the pre-chorus. So I'm gonna play it dry so you can hear it, and then I'll put Comeback Kid on so you can hear the dynamics that Comeback Kid has on top of it. Now it's a little subtle because I turn it down, but let me turn it up just a little bit so you can hear the difference. Just makes it sound like really big, especially with ROM. But Comeback Kid having that ping pong go back and forth between both of the speakers, left and right, just giving it a little bit more room, adding a little bit of dynamic to it, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So that's what I use Comeback Kid for. It's a good delay plugin, similar to Replica XT from Native Instruments. And I'll say this, there's so many different plugins out there that do all of the same things that Baby Audio does. But what I really like about their stuff is the presets, because a lot of times I start digging into plugins and trying to hone in these sounds, and I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. I just know that I need some things to change throughout the track, whether it's the drums or the lead, synth, or whatever instrument that I have that I need to adjust. But I really like Baby Audio's presets and the fact that I can kind of dig through what they have listed in their presets and kind of hone in my sound like, oh yeah, you know what? This is good. Let me just make adjustments based on this preset. So they have a lot of different really good presets, and that's kind of why I use their stuff. I think they've honed in whatever sound that you're trying to achieve through whatever plugin of theirs that you're using. There's plenty of presets to browse through that can help you reach that goal of a good mix, because that's what kills a lot of music is bad mixes. You know, no matter what you send to an engineer to master, if it's a bad mix, like the end product is going to be trash anyways. So that's why I kind of gravitate towards their plugins whenever I'm searching for finalizing a product or a song in general, is because some of their presets really help me, like, oh, okay, I didn't hear this before, but I hear it now, and let me make adjustments according to that. So if you're interested in any of those, links are in the description below. But let's get into the final track. Now that I've put all of this together, I've added a few different drum elements to kind of and transitions in between some of the scenes, and I have a finished product. So let's listen to that. Let's get it. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Links for all of the stuff that I talked about in the video are down in the description below. If you want to see more of these types of beats or whatever requests you guys have for my next Beat Bodega video, leave them in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys interacting with me. I try to answer as much as I can. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your viewership. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.